Hey, it's Matthias Neu out of the Gronau office, and I'd like to talk real quick about the updated Asset Monitor for version 2.0, which now allows us to have external data points provided into the Asset Monitor for taking this data into consideration for alarming and health analytics finally. So if I already started my Asset Monitor and connected to it from browser and the IP address finally logged into the box, and showing the dashboard right now, but looking to the left side over here to the tree structure, you see that there is one more parameter that has not been available with the firmware 1.0, and this is called external data points. Now with clicking onto the external data points, you see that there are no data points configured right now inside of my Asset Monitor. But you see a mark on top already. So when we're talking about external data points are those data that can be provided from any external through system into the Asset Monitor and can be done via OPC UA or from Modbus. But if you're using OPC, it will be added to the text structure automatically. But if using Modbus, make sure that the individual configuration of Modbus considers those data points as well, that you have mapped them to any register for taking it under consideration and being able to drive this data through the Modbus structure into the Asset Monitor. Now, what an external data point can do for you, it could include any data like a speed measurement, a pressure measurement, a flow measurement, static data, for example, but speed dynamic as well, which reduces the requirement of having every single measurement value measured inside of the Asset Monitor. And specifically, the speed is a very good example here, as those data driven into the Asset Monitor from speed perspective can be used for being included into the asset as well from health analytics perspective as a reference information. And also, if using the heat exchanger, you may drive some of the temperatures into the Asset Monitor for health analytics by just using external data points and not really having a need of using a RTD or thermocouple charm with a real sensor connected to the Asset Monitor directly. So this can be managed by the external data points. Now for configuring an external data point, just click on the new external data point button over here. We may give it a name. I just do that for a temperature now. Call it temperature 1. You can have a description over here, and from measurement type, you're exactly choosing what measurement it is. So you see, it could be an acceleration, emission, current, displacement, flow, moisture, oil, water content, activity, saturation, whatever is measured. And for me, I'm just moving forward with temperature over here. As I said, it should be a temperature measurement. From source unit, it could be either degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, so that can be easily set up from here. A timeout can be configured for response inside of the Asset Monitor. And finally, you only need to enter a current temperature range now, which could be for me up to 250 degrees Celsius. And that's already it. So with this, you can press the Save button and you have set up one external data point. As said before, it's automatically added to the OPC tree structure, to the tag tree structure. But from Modbus perspective, you need to map this data, which is now a read and write register. So it's a holding register. It's a read and write register now, and this can drive data into the Asset Monitor, which finally can be used with the asset as well. And this is what I'm showing right now. If now moving back to my fan and going to the configuration and looking to the source mapping, you may see that now from the temperature perspective, I have this temp1, which is an external data point that I can easily map to an asset as well.